Alright guys, No Holds Barred Wrestling Radio here. Welcome to our weekly countdown show. I'm your host Kyle, co-host Phil.
Hello.
And other co-host slash match technician Brandon.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Chico.
I'm the bad guy.
Alright guys, we're going to start off with the updated Extreme Rules card so far. We have Big E Langston defending his Intercontinental title against the to-be-announced competitor, which we will find out on Raw who will be in the finals. We also have Tamina versus Paige defending her new Divas title. We have John Cena against Bray Wyatt in a steel cage match. And we have Evolution versus The Shield.
Alright. Our picks weren't too wrong last week, I guess.
Yeah.
Paige versus Tamina, that was completely wrong. I thought AJ Lee would get her rematch right away.
Looks like she's off to go marry CM Punk, and I guess just taking off a little bit of a break there.
Yeah. I mean, she's been holding that title for almost 300 days, so yeah, I guess she can take a little break after losing it.
But my girl Paige, come on, first title defense. I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, first title defense for Paige, and Tamina's first, I think, singles title shot, so that's going to be interesting.
Yep.
On SmackDown, she said she'll win it by any means necessary, so I'm wondering if they'll add a stipulation to the match.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
And same with the IC title match. Maybe there'll be a stipulation added when we find out who the final person is for the tournament. Maybe he'll announce he wants to have the IC title match in a somewhat Extreme Rules match, because so far there hasn't been an Extreme Rules match added to the Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
No.
So there's only been the steel cage with John Cena and Bray Wyatt, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I want to see how that plays out. Being with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan going to be basically barred from the ring since they'll be trapped in a cage.
Yeah.
And then the most anticipated tag team match I think everyone's looking forward to is Evolution versus The Shield.
I think that could possibly be Extreme Rules match.
That could be an Extreme Rules tag team match. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah.
How about a TLC match, just like they had no titles on the line, like they did at TLC a couple of years ago with the Shield?
That'd be kind of crazy, but I think it could be a potential match stipulation. I guess we'll have to see in the upcoming weeks.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Batista and Roman Reigns go at it.
Yeah, Battle of the Spears. Yeah. Honestly, I prefer Roman Reigns Spears. I mean, that one's just devastating.
Yeah.
Batista's looks kind of weak, actually.
Yeah. Not like he used to do back in the day. He used to pull out some good spears back in the day. Just now it's like
Looks like his Batista bombs are really hurting him and pulling the guy up.
Especially when he's wearing skinny jeans.
Oh,
skinny.
God.
Oh, my boy, skinny jeans.
They are no more.
Nope. Alright, the next segment for our weekly countdown show is my top moments of the week. This week I only have 4, as nothing really too exciting happened this week. Coming in at number 4, we have Batista's clean win over Sheamus on SmackDown. I think that was pretty good on Batista's part. I guess a little bit giving him the momentum into the Shield versus Evolution match at Extreme Rules. But that is my number 4 pick. Coming in at number 3 is, I think if you guys will agree, Kane's anticipated return on Monday Night Raw.
Yep, I guess we're going to see Kane versus Daniel Bryan.
It looks like it. That could be the title match for Extreme Rules. You know what? Remember our pick for Cena and Wyatt, the Ring of Fire match? Maybe the title match will be a Ring of Fire match.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kane and his, and his fire and his background.
I mean, they got to add something. Extreme Rules, every match used to have a stipulation, and then that sort of died down over the years, but yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Right, we're in the reality era. We'll have to see. Coming in at number 2, we have John Cena challenges Bray Wyatt to a steel cage match at Extreme Rules, and Bray Wyatt accepting. I see this being probably the end of chapter story to the Bray Wyatt-John Cena feud. And I see it potentially being a good 15-20 minute steel cage match. Obviously no bloodshed because of the era we're in now. Be nice to see some blood. But unfortunately we are probably not going to see that unless someone botches and ends up cutting themselves.
I'd like to see the Wyatt family not interfere in that match. I'd like to see
A good clean
Bray
match.
Wyatt maybe win over clean without having his minions there.
Because John Cena, the reason he made a cage match is because he doesn't want Luke Harper and Eric Rowan to help. But they can still help because they can hang around the cage and keep John Cena from escaping. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
I kind of see, I know it's probably going to happen because it's WWE, they're half predictable. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan trying to climb the cage and John Cena using Bray Wyatt as a battering ram, bashing him into the cage and then falling off, and then maybe gives
Isn't that what Daniel Bryan did?
Yeah, that's what Daniel Bryan did. Yeah, then John Cena gives his 5 moves of doom, attitude adjustment, or FU as I would like to still call it, and then climbs the cage, rises over the hay. That's pretty much it for that match. But that comes in at number 2. My number 1 moment of the week is Evolution's reunion. Line in the sand, guys. Evolution is back.
Believe in Evolution.
Believe in Evolution. Hey, maybe he could be the rookie. You know what? Add Bo Dallas to that. He'd be like the young gun, like Randy Orton used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
There you go. Triple H is now the new Ric Flair. Batista's is still the muscle. Randy Orton's the Triple H role, I guess.
The present.
Yeah, the present. And
Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas.
Future.
Yeah, Believe in Evolution. That'd be a good. That's a good prediction right there. That'd be a good four-man tag team. But
would be nice if this time around it actually fulfilled the purpose that Evolution had last time around. We'll see. Yeah, I guess so.
Evolution is your solution, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But who knows how long this will actually last? I don't know if they're gonna continue after Extreme Rules. Maybe just because Triple H is not back into that full-time.
No, he's a part-timer.
Yeah, he's a part-timer.
Full-time business.
Batista and Randy Orton continue as a tag team. Maybe go after the titles. I guess we'll have to see after Extreme Rules. But other than that, those are my top moments of the week. All right, on to segment 3 for the weekly countdown is Phil's top signs of the week.
Yeah, Sign Masters. Welcome to another edition of it. Basically on Raw, we had a couple funny finds. We had, what does the GOAT say? Yes, yes, yes. We had Thank You Paige. Thank you Paige. Is she retiring?
Yes.
Is it her final match?
No, thank you Paige for
saving the
Divas division,
Yeah.
as AJ Lee used to say it. But I think Paige is 10 times the savior that AJ Lee is.
Yeah, I guess that's why it was Thank You Paige. I was thinking, well, she's not retiring. Thank you Paige. Jimmy Fallon is my father. Jimmy Fallon actually tweeted about that one, so it's nice that someone tweeted that to him so we can be aware of it.
I think that guy was just trolling. That's a great WWE troll sign. Great on that fan.
Yeah, just some random sign. T-shirt Target. I don't think WWE has T-shirt guns, so
we never know. It could be during commercial breaks. You never know. I mean, if it's on an end of match. Waiting on the pro, like when we went to go see Raw, they had the commercials between matches. So maybe they're starting to do the T-shirt gun sort of stuff now.
I think they throw T-shirts, like maybe Cameron and Naomi. I think they used to do that.
I remember back in 2004, they had a segment where Eugene had the T-shirt gun.
Oh,
he accidentally
yeah.
shot William Regal.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's true.
The lower area there.
That was the T-shirt Target that night, I guess.
Yeah. Bullseye.
That guy's crotch area. Who was it? Regal?
Oh, yeah, it was Regal.
Regal. Oh my god. And then that was on Raw. On Main Event and SmackDown. Well, it's the same audience. We had Bo Leave, except it wasn't. It was leave as in go away, like go away, Bo Dallas. And then we had some creepy Dean Ambrose fangirl signs. You know, Shield has some really creepy fangirls. Dean Ambrose probably has the creepiest of them all. If you go on Tumblr, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. We've got Fork Me, Dirty Dean. And then we also have I Like It Sick and Dirty Too, Ambrose.
Oh my God.
And it's interesting. I named this segment after another Dean Ambrose sign. Basically, when the Shield was coming out a couple weeks ago, someone was holding up a sign that said Dean Titty Master Ambrose. So that's why I named the segment Sign Masters. I named it after Titty Master. And then Zeb Coulter, he had a couple of signs of his own, a couple protest signs. He had I Don't Miss the Swiss, and he also had Deport Cesaro, which is weird because according to him, Cesaro he immigrated legally and everything when he recruited him a couple years ago.
I guess not.
And then on SmackDown, we had, this one I noticed on SmackDown, it was the same audience, we had Totes McGoats.
Totes McGoats.
McGoats as in Daniel Bryan. And there was a nice drawing of Daniel Bryan and as a goat. So that was
all time.
That's this edition of Sign Masters. And then we also have Legends House, which debuted this week.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Most anticipated show on the network that we can't get.
Yeah, Canadians can't get. Basically, there's 8 legends on the show. There's Roddy Piper. He's obviously the headliner for this season. We've got Mean Gene Okerlund, Howard Finkel, Jim Duggan, Hillbilly Jim, Jimmy Hart. 3 guys named Jim right there. There's Tony Atlas, and did I name them all? I can't remember. If you guys can think of it. And then Ashley from Pussycat Dolls is.
Are you serious?
She's the host. She made them bring some cake. She made like two of the legends. She made them go out in pairs of two to bring out some cake to the neighbors.
Oh man.
I think the neighbors were told about their arrival because they were all welcoming, like, "Oh yeah, come in, let's share your cake or whatever."
So
you
great.
know,
It was.
Roddy Piper's interacting with with the kids in the house and stuff. It's really nice to see. Gary Busey, he had them do some meditation, which they were all bored about. All the legends were bored about it, except for Hillbilly Jim. He was the only one indulging it. Hillbilly Jim actually seems like a pretty nice guy. I mean, he's pretty cool and tries to get along with everybody. And then, basically at the end of the show, Roddy Piper, he's just having he's having a real problem socializing with the other legends because they're drinking and having fun and partying. And Roddy Piper, like, he sobered up a few years ago, so he's got some troubles dealing with that. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's for like a wrestling fan, it's a good reality show. I mean, I think a lot of it is scripted, but their interactions are real, obviously. And I mean, it's just nice to see that these guys, like, they were in the golden age of WWF, WWE, and it's just nice to see them interacting and talking about the business. So yeah, it's just a good show so far. Well,
if you have the network, make sure you tune in every Thursday night for Legends House. On to the next segment, we have our top 5 moves of the week by our match technician, Brandon. What did you get for your 5 moves?
So this is the first installment of the new segment, top 5 moves of the week. At number 5 from SmackDown, we've got El Torito moonsault finisher on Hornswoggle.
That's the 5th move.
There wasn't really that many good moves this week, so that comes in at number 5. Good for El Torito. Anyone got any thoughts on that?
Nope. I had no comment.
Feud of the year.
According to JBL, it's the match of a lifetime. On to number 4 from Raw, we have Dolph Ziggler with a top rope facebuster to Wade Barrett.
That was nice. I like that. Dolph Ziggler performing that clean too. There's no botches there. I like Dolph Ziggler's new style of wrestling he has right now. More of like an NXT sort of wrestler with the moves he's pulling off lately. But good for Dolph Ziggler in that part.
It's nice to see some new moves coming out, or some old moves coming back. At number 3, we've got Cesaro hitting the neutralizer on Mark Henry.
Wow.
This was just insane.
Yeah, another feat of strength by Cesaro, showing how strong he is. And I know his new name is the King of Swing. Hopefully we get to see a swing on a big guy soon enough.
Yeah, ever since he's been called the King of Swing, I don't think we've seen a swing. So, yeah. Will we see him do one on Mark Henry? I don't know. Or Big Show?
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty tough.
Would be nice.
And going to number 2 from Raw, well, it was on SmackDown as well, but the first time we saw it on Raw, it was just insane, was the Page modified Scorpion crosslock.
Oh, such an insane submission move.
I said it before. I said it again. The most craziest finisher for a diva I've seen in a long time.
Do you think we're going to see her other one again? Because like the first time we saw it, yeah, the Page
I think we're
tournament.
going to see it in the Tamina match, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because she has an impact finisher and a submission finisher,
unless they're going to get rid of the Page here and just have her do the Scorpion.
Because it was so bad.
Deathlock.
Yeah.
No, it's just this crazy
Crosslock,
move.
modified Scorpion.
Crosslock, my bad. That was my fault there.
But it's nice to see a diva have 2 finishers.
Yeah, it is.
And then going to our number 1 move of the week, it was the Evolution reuniting. When Batista hit the Batista bomb into an RKO on Dean Ambrose.
God, that's a crazy.
Thankfully, there was no monitor.
Yeah, no monitor in the ring underneath Randy Orton.
I don't like this move. I think someone could get injured. Honestly,
it's a new move. It's a new version of the 3D, but I like it. It's a tag team finishing move. I think if Evolution does end up winning on Sunday at Extreme Rules, not this Sunday, but in a couple of weeks, I see that being the finishing move.
Oh yeah, I think we'll definitely see it. Yeah,
maybe they'll do it again through a table again, but this time Randy Orton will go check again for that monitor to see if it's actually under there.
Yeah, usually they chuck the monitors away. At that time, it was just laying there, and Orton landed square on it, split his back open.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Other than that was a great 5 moves of the week there, Brendan. All right, on to the last segment now is Around the World. Anything new, any news, any rumors in the wrestling world. What I have this week is I have a couple points. We have the first point, guys, we want to express your interest on this. We have WWE ref Chad Patton, I guess, was unaware of the Undertaker ending match at WrestleMania. Apparently, he was told prior to the match that he had to make a 3 count even if it was a shoot or any time the wrestler had a shoulder on the mat. Wow, I didn't it kind of looked like that at the end of the Undertaker match. The referee had only a 2 count in his hand. I guess he wasn't. I guess that shows he wasn't really aware of what was happening.
Yeah, when I first when I first saw the ending of that match, I thought it was a 2 count myself. I couldn't believe it.
Well, I think the whole crowd was shocked. Like they had no idea that was going to be a 3 count. Everyone thought it was going to be a kick out of 2. But even Chad Patton, I guess they didn't. Why wouldn't WWE tell the ref the ending of the match? Like, why would you just say just count 3 regardless? No, you have to tell the ref what to do, or else he doesn't know what to count.
I guess there was only like 3 or 4 people that knew the ending of the match. It was Triple H, Vince McMahon, Stephanie, and of course Brock Lesnar.
That's a little bit gutty on WWE's part right there. I'm sorry, but the ref is the initial caller of the match. Why wouldn't you tell at least the referee as well? Like, maybe have him swear a sacred oath not to tell anyone. That was kind of gutty on WWE's part. But other than that, that's that bit of news so far. We also have Steve Austin's podcast, if anyone knows about it or anyone watches it. It's actually quite a good podcast. He has a lot of special guests on there. His new one coming up is actually going to be Eric Bischoff, I found out.
Well, that should be a good one.
He just recently had Paul Heyman, and I guess on the podcast it was said that Austin has interest in a match with Brock Lesnar in the future.
Yeah, that's a match we never got to see. I mean, the first time it was supposed to happen, Steve Austin walked out.
Yep, and he ended up, and then also when it was supposed to happen again, he ended up being the special referee for Lesnar Goldberg.
Yep. We did see a physical altercation with those two. Like 10 years ago, though.
Yep, that's true. I guess Austin said, though, on the podcast that he actually has really much interest in facing Brock Lesnar. So hopefully we get to see that in the future. I mean, Austin come back for one more match. Maybe his legs are healing up better, and maybe they can sort of play like Brock Lesnar Undertaker did in this match, just putting over Steve Austin or Austin putting over Lesnar. I'd want to see that match in the future. Maybe even at WrestleMania 31 we might see it. But we'll hold off on that. Next bit of news, I guess Mick Foley has said he's not re-signing a Legends deal with WWE, saying that WWE didn't do a good job with the video games, something like that. And he just basically flat out said he doesn't want to re-sign with WWE in a Legends deal.
Yeah, I don't know. Like a Legends contract, it requires Legends to make a few appearances.
Contract signings. They get put into the video game, but I guess Mick Foley had a big issue with the video game. He didn't really say much about it. He just didn't like the direction that they were going in with it, and talking about how THQ went bankrupt 2 years ago with...
he talked about a few bankruptcies, right? Did he?
Just one bankruptcy.
Just one, okay.
THQ bankrupting and selling to 2K. So
okay.
I guess that's just Mick Foley's interest in what he thinks.
And he also does his own comedy show as well in Georgia. He has his own comedy show, so he does have other commitments.
Yeah. I wonder WWE would probably restrict that in some way if he did sign a Legends contract. Maybe his shows. I don't know. That's
okay though. Mick Foley he can do his own thing. They can probably bring him back for like a panel guest one day, but other than that, Mick Foley can't really do much in WWE now. They're trying to move forward. Can't be looking back at the Legends all the time and having them do everything. But good on Mick Foley's part. Last bit of news we have for the week, we had, wow, I can't believe I'm saying this, Dean Ambrose defended his U.S. title.
What?
Let me say that again. Dean Ambrose defended the United States Championship. I guess over in the live event in Saudi Arabia, Dean Ambrose defended his U.S. title in a fatal four-way match against Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, and Kofi Kingston. Why is this match not on TV? Why? Like, this is insane. You haven't had Dean Ambrose defend his title in over a year, and then you have him in a live event defending in a fatal four-way match that could potentially be pay-per-view quality / Raw quality.
Or main event on SmackDown.
Or main event in SmackDown, yeah. Make that better. Put that match on main event in SmackDown.
That's the thing. For those of you who think, oh, the champion, he has to defend once a month, Dean Ambrose defends him at house shows. There you go.
Yeah, a year later, we see him defend the United States title. Are you serious?
That's what his 6th or 7th.
To quote Zack Ryder, "Are you serious, bro?
Are you serious, bro?"
Like, my God, this is. They need to have maybe they're testing out the water, see what the crowd reaction was like if he would defend the U.S. title. I really hope he defends it right after Extreme Rules. Maybe do a U.S. tournament title sort of thing after that. They got to put more prestige in that U.S. title, like they're doing here with the IC title. They're making it more prestigious.
Every title should be important.
Like U.S. title used to be prestigious when Chris Benoit used to win it, Matt Hardy. Like they used to have like such great matches with the U.S. title, and even with the Intercontinental title, that used to be. I love
when Randy Orton.
Yeah, when Randy Orton won it, Shelton Benjamin, and who else? John Morrison. John Morrison held it. I liked when John Morrison held it.
That's one problem since the brand split ended, is that there's just too many titles now. And, now there's 2 mid-card titles. All the other titles were united or whatever. So I'm thinking we might see the IC title and the US title either united, or they're going to drop one of them.
I don't think they should unite them together. I didn't
unify.
At first, I did like them unifying the WWE World Title match or World Titles. Now I'm not liking it. They need to split them up. They need to have the world title on SmackDown and have it defended on SmackDown. That would make SmackDown even more prestigious. I don't like them having 2 titles in one. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll drop the world title like they're supposed to do. They're supposed to only have 1 title for the world champion.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll bring back, like later on, maybe a heel will bring back the world title into SmackDown. Maybe we'll see it again. I guess we'll have to find out for that. But other than that, that's the rest of the news around the wrestling. Actually, we had a side note here. I'm sorry, on Brandon. Brandon, would you want to input something?
I'd like to input that my former boy Ted DiBiase Jr. On his Facebook page
Ted
has
DiBiase
posted
Posse.
DiBiase Posse. He has posted up a petition to try and raise money for a documentary about his father, Ted DiBiase Sr., his life inside and outside the ring. Apparently, it's supposed to be very emotional, and there's supposed to be a lot of good stuff in there. And Ted's trying to raise money in order for fans to help out and make this documentary happen. They had a few trailers. It looked like it was some good stuff in there. So hopefully they do raise enough money. I think they were looking for $30,000 or something like that. So
did they start filming already, or
no? They've just done a few trailers.
Okay. What is this, on Kickstarter or?
Yeah.
Kickstarter. Okay.
You know what? Good for that. Good for Ted DiBiase Jr. His dad, probably one of the best managers in WWE history.
The $1 Million Man.
Yeah. We had a chance to meet him. Me and you, Brandon. Really good guy. Really hoping his son gets his big step in WWE in the future. We'll have to see what WWE has to do with that. I mean, again, they're missing another opportunity with Ted DiBiase Jr. Great potential with him as they try to. With I like the tag team tandem of Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. The legacy. I love that, and they had Randy Orton as their leader. I used to like that. But again, WWE, who knows what they're going to do.
Yep. I'd really like to see this documentary happen. I think it'd be cool for all the wrestling fans to see the personal life of the $1 Million Man.
Just goes to show you, after all these years, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. But other than that, that's the end of our show, guys, for Weekly Countdown. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at NoHoldsBarWR. I'm your host, Kyle. This is my co-host, Phil. Match technician, Brandon. We're out.
See ya.